But it's always been that way. It's always been that way. It didn't even really matter whether it like happened under somebody's nose, and like by somebody I even mean, you know, whoever's watching this video, you included, whoever, whether it was happening right under their nose or it was happening blatantly in front of their eyes, like anything in between. They barely kind of knew it. They really had no clue. That's how it always was, man. I also get it, man. Like, women really want to be out here and be like, wait, Michael Jackson was on the Epstein list? Wait, so was his sister on the Epstein list or not? I don't even know, dude. She probably was, but how would I know? And I'm not here to judge, so if she's on there, she's on there for... she put herself on there. I didn't put her on there. But I remember I used to make like jokes like that. I'm like, I put you on the Epstein list. Oh my gosh. I can't. Actually, I probably could still do that. I can still do that right now. I mean, yeah, essentially. But they're like, by they're like, I mean like women. They're like, oh, you think you're God's gift to this earth. I was like, whoa, dude. I was like, bro, nobody needed to go that far, dude. Would anybody say that nowadays? I actually really don't know. I have zero clue, man. But one thing's for sure, this place is not going to be the same. Yeah. If it's ever the same, it's going to be a very long time and a lot of paper to do there. Yeah. And by do, I mean obviously use or create. You know, money. There's no beginning, no end to it necessarily, basically. Also, for anybody saying that I hate any country, I already proved that wrong. Anybody saying that I hate America, I was gonna say something really unhinged, but I love my family. I have no idea where my dad is, but he'll probably know somewhere to go where he could last and maybe survive Armageddon, but basically it's gonna be really crazy when everything goes down. Also, I could have made this video in front of the Tesla factory, but I didn't end up making it, near the Tesla factory because I was like, dude, these police literally stopped me for zero good cause. Forget about a reason. No good cause there. Not a single one. All I was doing was literally sleeping, and they tried to say that I was camping. They cannot say that. Alright? Anybody that says that when you're going camping, you only put 2 blankets on the ground, okay, a blanket on the floor and then a blanket over you, that is not camping, because you can't consider that as even part of the summary of the definition of camping. You can't do that. And Santa Monica is also saying you can't be sleeping on the sidewalk. What the? It's a public area. Also, they freaked out when I grabbed my phone. I was literally using it in front of them. I didn't reach for my pockets, any longer, because obviously they're gonna say that. It's like, dude, come on, what? Are there a lot of good cops, or are there a lot of bad cops? So that way anybody else can figure it out. They can't get my opinion on it. They can't get my bias on it. They can't get my bias on it. So basically, they came up and they're like, oh, you know, you're detained because, you know, you're camping right here. I'm like, dude, it doesn't even make sense, because you can't trespass people from public property. And then also, any process of trespassing, you have to literally make the trespass. If somebody literally walks on the sidewalk and they have severe autism, okay, or they have low functioning autism, and they go on the sidewalk and the cops stop them, what do you think that's exactly? And as soon as they got me out of the cuffs, because obviously they cuffed me, you know, especially it was 2 lady cops, but I'm not gonna get into any, like, you know, even, like, I guess hateful comedy, derogatory comedy. Also, I'm not gonna hate on one gender, if you're trans or whatever. Point is that they were trying to, like, really, you know, intimidate me with, like, a detainment, because, you know, dirt cheap people, you know, people that don't fall on a certain spectrum, they, you know, get a little bit diddied in a prison. What do you think prison was for? It wasn't for keeping the criminals in. It's for keeping the people that actually enjoy those sorts of things, so that way they could be let out of jail eventually. Makes sense? That makes sense now. So what's a bigger crime? Me having autism, or, you know, me being detained for somebody vandalizing my property, clearly with a half-broken door and pottery and glass, in the same yard that has a dog in it, so now you're putting an animal in danger, and also to now a senior citizen, because my mom happened to be older, and it's not that I don't understand age, but I'm a visual learner. What's the bigger crime? Is it an autistic person living, or is it Los Angeles basically not having, nothing's weird about this. Nothing's weird about the, there are no necessarily weird parties, because it's not weird to them. All those people that say that's your reality makes 0 sense. Anybody that tells you that's your reality, they have access to things that are an underbelly. An underbelly basically is something that's happening under your belly. Not under your nose, under your belly, so you really don't know. Because your nose, obviously, you're going to look down eventually. Your belly? You kidding me? You see how freaking, you know, unhealthy I am? Think about how unhealthy even, like, managers are at, even if not corporate offices, if they're just some slim person and they get to basically traffic whatever women they want, like it's 50 Shades of Grey. So dumb, man. So, yeah. Also, it's funny. The reason why I made this video, primarily, not only just because of, like, you know, the police, like, kind of ruffling me up and, like, me not being able to take it, or whether I could take it, or, you know, it's not about none of that. Here's the most important part, besides the fact that they're starting to, like, pick up apparent drug, hold on a second. Drug addicted homeless people, right? Now it's getting, now forget about Los Angeles. California really done did it this